banning innocent players to scamming million-dollar companies. From fake gambling mechanics to trying to copyright cube-shaped pets, BigGames has built one of the most infamous reputations in Roblox history. But how did one developer go from making fun, innocent games to being labeled as the greediest developer in Roblox history? And more importantly, how has he gotten away with it for so long? And at the end, Preston finally got the payback he deserved. But let's start with the rise of BigGames. Let's rewind all the way back to September 2nd, 2011. This is the day a young developer named Preston Parks created his Roblox account, Build Into Games. At first, he was just another small-time creator, experimenting with different game ideas and coding projects. His early games like Giant Survival and Disaster Dome weren't anything groundbreaking, but they were fun, well-made, and had a loyal player base. But then came 2017, and that's when everything changed. On April 8th, 2017, Preston released a game that would turn him into a Roblox legend, Pet Simulator. It was simple, it was addictive. You hatched pets, collected coins, unlocked new areas, and repeated the cycle. There were dozens of cute, blocky pets to collect, and players loved flexing their rarest ones. The game exploded in popularity, winning multiple Bloxy awards, amassing over 1 billion visits, and being played by hundreds of thousands of people daily. And YouTubers, they were obsessed. Big names like Think Noodles, Russo Plays, and Terra Bright Games pumped out video after video trying to get the rarest pets and unlocking the most expensive eggs, exploding the game onto YouTube, giving it tons of publicity. Preston, he was raking in hundreds of thousands of dollars daily. For a while, everything seemed perfect, but then the greed set in. At first, the pay-to-win mechanics in Pet Simulator were harmless. Just small game passes here and there, a little boost to earn coins faster, a VIP area with extra rewards. But then, it got way worse. Preston started cranking up the monetization. New pets required insane amounts of grinding unless you were willing to pay up. Exclusive pets were locked behind Robux paywalls, and soon it became impossible to stay competitive without spending real money. But in early 2019, just 1 year after launching Pet Simulator, Preston made a shocking announcement. He was discontinuing the game. Why? Because he was moving on to Pet Simulator 2, and that's when the community lost it. Players had spent thousands of Robux on game passes, special pets, and limited time offers, only for Preston to abandon the game completely. This made the fan base angry, but the player base was still excited for the new game. Preston moved forward with Pet Simulator 2, promising a game better than the original, but it flopped hard. The game struggled to get even 10% of the original's success, and the player count dropped rapidly. Updates were slow and uninspired. For the first time, Preston had failed. But he wasn't done yet. He had one last trick up his sleeve, a game that would make him millions, but also ruin his reputation forever. Fast forward to July 29th, 2021. This is when Pet Simulator X launches. But this time, it's bigger than ever. The game introduced brand new pets, new mechanics, exclusive currencies, and infinite replayability. Fans went crazy over it, and within days it became one of the biggest games in Roblox history. But behind the scenes, Preston was pulling some seriously shady moves. One of the first major controversies hit almost immediately after launch. Players noticed something weird about the pet hatch rates. For some of the rarest pets in the game, like the huge hacked cat, the percentages were hidden behind question marks. At first people thought, oh, that's mysterious, maybe it's a super rare but fair chance. But then data miners dug into the game's code, and they discovered something shocking. The actual hatch rate for these pets, 0.001%. That means 1 in 100,000 eggs would contain the rarest pet. Players were spending thousands of Robux trying to hatch them, thinking they had a real shot, but in reality, they had almost no chance. That's not just pay to win, that's gambling. Players were furious. They called out Preston, demanding transparency on the actual hatch rates. But instead of fixing it, Preston doubled down because what he did next was even worse. In January 2022, Preston released a new exclusive egg for 800 Robux each. Inside was a new, huge forest wyvern. The odds? 2% chance to hatch it. Except, that was a lie. Once again, players cracked the game's code, and what did they find? T1%. Players had been scammed. But that's not all. The most common pet, which was supposed to have a 50% hatch rate, actually had a 52% chance, meaning you were losing even more. At this point, the community was outraged. This is straight up fraud. How is he getting away with this? We need to report this to Roblox. So in the worst part, Roblox did nothing, and that was just the beginning. Players called Preston out. As soon as the truth came out, players took to Twitter, Reddit, and YouTube to expose the scam. This is literally false advertising. How is this allowed? Dude, I spent 5,000 Robux trying to get that pet and got nothing. Now I know why. BigGames is scamming everyone and Roblox isn't doing anything about it. Preston was immediately flooded with backlash. People demanded refunds, called for game bans, and even threatened to report BigGames for fraud. But the worst part, Roblox did nothing. Not a single warning, no penalties, nothing. It was clear Preston had figured out the system, and if he could get away with this, then he could get away with even more. And he did, because just a few months earlier, he pulled off one of the most controversial money-making schemes in Roblox history. The NFT scam that broke the internet. It's November 2021, and out of nowhere, Preston drops a bombshell announcement. BigGames is selling NFTs. That's right, Preston had just launched Pet Simulator NFTs, virtual blockchain-based items that could be purchased with real money and linked to in-game exclusive pets. The response? Absolute chaos. Here's why. The entire gaming community hates NFTs. At this time, NFTs were universally despised by gamers. They were seen as a scam, a cash grab, and a way for developers to milk their audience. But Preston didn't care. Each Pet Simulator NFT was sold for hundreds of dollars in a cryptocurrency called Ethereum, and in less than 24 hours, Preston made a whopping $156,000 for selling virtual images of pets that had no real-world value. The community exploded in anger at this cash grab. The backlash was so intense that within a few days, Preston shut down the NFT program. But the damage was already done. The money already in his pocket. And instead of learning from his mistakes, he did something even worse. He tried to copyright cube-shaped pets. Like, come on, bro. Fast forward to late 2023 and Preston is at it again. This time, he starts sending out DMCA takedown requests against other Roblox developers. His claim? They stole his pet designs, but here's the thing. The only thing these pets had in common was that they were cube-shaped. That's it. Preston was literally trying to claim ownership of blocky pets, and people, they were not having it. Even big YouTubers like Creekcraft called him out. BigGames is sending DMCA strikes for cube-shaped pets while stealing textures from Roblox Bed Wars. Hypocritical? The hashtag #boycott BigGames started trending. Roblox developers fought back, arguing that cube pets were a common design and Preston had no legal right to claim them as his own. But once again, Roblox did nothing, and just when people thought Preston couldn't sink any lower, he got caught up in the biggest scandal yet. But it gets worse. It's April 2024, and out of nowhere, a bombshell accusation drops. A company called Bespoke Plush, the manufacturer of Pet Simulator plushies, publicly accuses Preston of scamming them out of $500,000. $500,000. According to Bespoke Plush, Preston allegedly failed to pay them after they produced thousands of plushies. They claimed an arrest warrant had been issued for Preston and his business partners. They hinted that legal action was on the way. The community went into a frenzy. Was Preston finally facing justice after years of shady business practices? Would this be the scandal that finally ended BigGames? But then everything went silent. Preston denied everything. No solid evidence was ever made public. No arrest warrant was ever confirmed. And to this day, the truth remains unclear. Some believe Bespoke Plush was telling the truth. Others think they were just trying to take down Preston's empire. But one thing's for sure, Preston walked away free. Despite everything, fake odds, NFTs, DMCA strikes, and alleged scams, BigGames is still one of the biggest Roblox studios today. His latest game, Pet Simulator 99, launched in December 2023 and was an instant success. And Preston, he's richer than ever. But I'm broke, so help out the channel by liking and subscribing.